Hey folks, welcome here. This is going to be our first vlog of the trip. We've been posting shorts and things like that for the last few days of our travels through Paris. Our flight was a little bumpy. Our hotel room was hot as hell. They didn't have any air conditioning in Paris. And then what else? We missed our ride to the hotel from the airport. And then we got caught on Saturday in Paris's Monster Gay Pride Festival, which we were we were not really interested in taking part of. So that was an interesting walk through downtown Paris. But folks were out there doing what they do. So that's all we'll say. Well, Dad, how did you feel about getting caught in that?
That was a wild experience for myself. The amount of people that were there is unbelievable. Thousands upon thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, going through the streets of Paris.
Yeah, so they say that there's about 8.2 million people living in Paris, and then throughout each calendar year, they have anywhere from 86 to 86 and a half million people that come through as tourists every year. So it was quite the interesting place. Those of you from Minnesota, if you've ever been to the state fair, how if you walk in the Minnesota State Fair, if you walk in the main gate and you look down the street, it kind of goes downhill. It just looks like a bunch of bugs crawling. And so this was that maybe times
20.
1,000, 20,000, 1,000. It was a lot of people. And everyone's trying to get somewhere fast. But it was an interesting experience. Architecture was great. What did you think, Dad, of the few days in Paris?
Well, the thing that I found very interesting and very striking is the architecture of this city. It is one of the most beautiful cities when it comes to ancient architecture. I can't speak highly enough of that.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. The food, on the other hand, when they say that French cuisine is top of the list, I agree. The pastries are good. I had a spicy lobster pasta that was pretty insane. And just at you walk the streets to see the sights, and every other block there's a cafe, an outdoor cafe. That was great.
The cheeses were fantastic.
Yeah, good cheese.
Good. Everything was just excellent.
Yeah. So anyway, we are done with Paris now. We are now, as of the time of this recording, we're sitting in our hotel room in Normandy. It is about 11 or 11:30 at night. Tomorrow morning, we hit Omaha Beach. We hit Sainte-Mère-Église. And apparently there's a few museums intermixed in there. So tomorrow's going to be a long day. I think we got to leave the room here at 8:45, get on the bus, and the tour guide said we won't be back until
a little after 10 in the evening,
10 o'clock at night. So we're going to dinner out on the town and just see what it's like. And I'm anxious to see it. I think that it's going to be pretty interesting to just know you're walking in the same footsteps as those dudes.
Easy Company had their time, and it's going to be one of those feelings to be able to follow in their footsteps, actually somewhat feel what it was that they went through here in Normandy.
Yeah, and I think that it's important to remember that uh, maybe people may think differently, but maybe we owe it. We owe it to those guys. I don't know if there's one or two of them left, but we owe it to all of them, whether they're dead or alive, to be here if you can. If you're fortunate enough to come here and take part in this tour and do these things, I think it's pretty important that we go there and we feel it, and just to understand what it was like, just a little bit. We'll never get the full experience, of course, but just to be there and see the surroundings and smell the air, and just get an idea. I think that the Battle of the Bulge, when we go there, we won't feel it because it's 90 degrees and that they were freezing their balls off
Right.
while they were there. But the foxholes are still there. The wood line, they say, has been pretty much untouched, just kind of cleaned up or whatever, but we'll see. So It's gonna be an interesting experience. It's gonna be heavy. Dad, what are you most looking forward to on the trip? I know we talked about what we're doing tomorrow. What is the one thing for this whole trip that you're most looking forward to?
Well, I'd like to experience what it would be like to be in the Eagle's Nest where Hitler had his camp up in the mountains in Austria, and to be able to visit the museums and the concentration camps just to see that portion of what it was like as we ventured through this whole 12-day or 11-day tour.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be heavy. And an interesting fact that we found out today from the tour guide is that the electricity and the lift, there's one or two lifts at the Eagle's Nest, are all ran and operated by a U-boat engine that they saved and have maintained and put in the Eagle's Nest to generate the power and get people up and down the elevator. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully we can get some pictures or video of that. But other than that, we're gonna hit the sack, and tomorrow the heaviness starts, and I think it'll be great. Oh, also, there's something that they do here in France. We haven't had breakfast in Normandy. We had breakfast in Paris 3 days in a row. They do something different with the eggs here, because they're pretty goddamn amazing. So just a little bit of tidbit there. So far, been great. Other than the hiccups that we've had, we've seen some pretty cool stuff. The Pantheon was cool. The Cathedral of Notre Dame was cool. Eiffel Tower, of course, was cool. Person general is pretty cool, other than the dudes in their underwear painted in glitter. Other than that, it's been an amazing time so far. Stick with us. We're going to keep bringing you as many videos as we can. So follow along with us through our Band of Brothers tour. You got anything to say, Dad, at the end?
No, just about going to do this thing up and do it right.
We're going to do it right. All right, folks, take care. See you later.